Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here, trading on the 5-game NBA main slate on Sunday. A couple things before I get into the video. If you're new to the channel, my name's DK. I make daily videos talking about NBA DFS as well as NFL DFS. I'm also running a weekly $20 PayPal giveaway on my channel. How it works, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. That's one entry in the giveaway. Max one comment load per video. So I started with my Monday NBA video at the beginning of the week. We'll go throughout the week. We'll end with my Monday NBA video. I guess that'll probably upload later tonight. So however many videos I've uploaded for the week, you can enter the giveaway that many times. So if I have 10 videos uploaded for the week, you can enter the giveaway 10 times. And again, the winner receives $20 PayPal for myself, where I'll announce that winner in my video for Monday's slate, which I'll probably upload later tonight. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So this is... first, let's look back at my lineup here from Saturday and another what could have been night. Okay, so first we'll just go over my lineup here. Levine, NAW, Kuzma, Ingram, Jackson Hayes, Rondo, Horford, and Andre Drummond. If you guys watched my live stream, I gave away my core, all value plays. NAW, he was okay. I mean, 3.1K, you expected a lot more. He got three fouls in 6 minutes in the first half and didn't play anymore. I was pretty tilted about that, to be honest, but he came back, he got some garbage time, 15, wasn't terrible. But the real crush spots here obviously were Kuzma, 46 fancy points, he was in my core. Rondo was in my core, I know he was chalky, but you had to play him here, and then Jackson Hayes as well. So those four hopefully gave you guys a good foundation. Hopefully you avoided Drummond. I did not. He got ejected early on in the game. Yeah, pretty frustrating. Horford, he was my favorite player. Him and Tobias stood out there for Philly. I went with Horford. 38 fancy points was more than okay. Ingram, I knew what I was getting into here. The possibility for a blowout, and the blowout was real, right? He only got 3 quarters, 30 fancy points. He was on pace for a good game, but again, the game blew out. And then Zach LaVine here was fine. But I talked about, on my live stream, which way I wanted to go with the more balanced approach here, or with my core and then kind of stacking that the Milwaukee-Portland game, which, again, if I did that, it would have made a lot of money here, because I would have had Giannis here, would have had Eric Bledsoe here, who was great, and then would have had Lillard in the utility, who wasn't terrible, but he was better than Drummond, obviously. I think he had like 40 or so. But yeah, probably could have. What was first place in this tournament? Oh, that was the big tournament. Well, at least like in the single entry tournament, the scores weren't that high. I could have probably taken that down if I want that direction. So yeah, getting close here a couple times this week with that the Atlanta-Houston game. That was one where I could have taken one down. Also could have taken one down tonight if I want the other direction. But that's how it goes sometimes. So let's talk about this 5-game slate and see if we can win some money. Hopefully you guys are winning some good money too. Some of my viewers, we've been winning. I feel like a viewer has been winning like a tournament almost every single night. So it's been a good run here for sure. Let's see if we can keep it going. Okay, talk about it. 5 games. Again, there's 2-game early slate. We're not going to talk about those. Okay, 5 games. Let's look at some numbers here. Again, Miami and the Knicks, and then Utah and Washington's on the early slates. I'm not going to be covering those. We have Atlanta and Brooklyn right now sitting at 228.5 with Brooklyn at 7.5-point favorites. So this is a game, normally if I see that in the schedule, I'm like, oh, I want a lot of pieces to that. But there's a lot of question marks in the air. We have Trae Young questionable. We have Kyrie coming back. We don't know if he's got a minutes limit. There's just a lot up in the air kind of in that game. Golden State, Memphis right now sitting at 227 with Memphis over 7 points. We have the Spurs and the Raptors sitting at 220 with the Raptors over 3.5. We have the Hornets and the Suns sitting at 219 with the Suns over 8.5. Then we have the Clippers and the Nuggets right now sitting at 223. This one should be a fun one to watch. Clippers started by 1.5 points. Okay, so we will start with center as always, and also some question marks here on Toronto. Feels like everyone could be coming back here. We have Siakam and Marc Gasol questionable. We have Norman Powell coming back. It's sounding like that Siakam and Gasol are still going to be out for this one. Yeah, a bit ambitious that they're questionable, so I don't think they're going to go. Obviously, if both Siakam and Gasol are out again, then that makes Serge Ibaka a play that is very much viable. Talk about Jokic again. He's one of the most frustrating players to watch or to roster for DFS this year. So up and down. He's kind of in that hot streak right now, though, right, that I talk about. He goes on those cold streaks and those hot streaks, 72, 55, and 43 the last game against Cleveland. This match pair against the Clippers, not really scared about Avicii Zubac defense or Montrezl Harrell, undersized Montrezl Harrell. Jokic should have his way here. So at 8.8K, I think he's very much in play. I like his price tag a lot more here at this price compared to like 9.7 like he was the other night. So yeah, I think Jokic is very much viable. Again, the concern is he is up and down, but this price tag does make him playable for sure. John Collins at 8K, so I like him here if Trae Young plays, but I would really like him if Trae Young can't go. This match against Brooklyn, pretty solid. Now, the concern is he kind of got limited, even in a close game there against Washington. Only played 28 minutes in a close one. So that is a little bit concerning, right? I would have liked it if he's playing more in the mid-30s minutes, but this minutes have been somewhat limited, so that is a slight concern. But obviously he gets a huge boost and become much more appealing there if Trae Young can't go. Serge Ibaka at 7.8, right? So if Gasol and Siakam miss, which I think they will, I think Serge Ibaka does stand out as a pretty good play. His minutes also been a little bit more up and down, but if he gets into the 30s, which I expect him to, this match against the Spurs, a pretty good one. The Spurs played at a fast pace, so I'm fine with Ibaka here at 7.8. I don't think he stands out as like a must play, but if you land on him, that's perfectly fine. DeAndre Ayton at 7.7. Oh, sorry, I thought I was about to sneeze there. Okay, so he's been. They were starting him a few games next to Aaron Baines. The one against Orlando, he came off the bench, only played 30 minutes. Obviously, I would like him more if he starts, so we'll see. Either way, like this spot is really good here against Charlotte. I've been talking about targeting bigs against the Hornets all year. DeAndre Ayton is definitely someone I have interest in, a lot more interest, especially if he starts, because I think those minutes are probably locked into like mid-30s if he starts. So I do have some interest in Ayton. I would have more if he does pick up a start. Aldridge is kind of like a pretty consistent play, not a guy that, he does have upside games in him. Like every once in a while, he will put up like 40, 50 fantasy points. Normally, he's a pretty safe guy, though. He's going to play, low to mid-30s minutes. He's probably going to get you around like 35 fantasy points. So I think he's a perfectly fine cash game option here. Even in a tough spot, I'm okay with that. As far as the two Memphis bigs, so Jaren Jackson Jr. actually has been doing a better job of staying out of foul trouble. He did get in foul trouble this last game against the Spurs. That's why he only played 25 minutes. But he's been doing a better job. Like he's been getting minutes into the 30s. This match against Golden State is pretty solid. So I don't mind it. Know what you're getting into playing him, right? There is always foul trouble risk with him, but I think he's okay. And I also do like Jonas Valanciunas a good amount. Now, the issue with him is just the minutes, right? The minutes are kind of up and down. Sometimes he'll play 22 minutes. Sometimes he'll play 30. Obviously, if he gets to the higher end, if he gets 30, I would like him a lot more, but you just don't really know. Golden State as a team, though, they don't really have anyone that can stay with him. Like, I'm not really afraid of Willie Collins' down defense. So at 6.3K, I do think Jonas Valanciunas does stand out as a pretty good option at this price. Montrezl Harrell, so I'm a little bit torn here. Zubac is... I don't know if Montrezl Harrell is going to be able to handle Jokic. We'll see. 6.1K. They could always run Zubac out there a little bit more. Either matchup, I think Jokic should have his way against either Zubac or Harrell. So yeah, a little torn here. The good thing is the price tag at 6.1. Like even if he does get limited minutes wise, like even if he gets like below 30, I still like this price a good amount on him. I don't think he's going to kill you. I think he does stand out as a pretty good option. My worry again is he could be limited a little bit minutes wise because I don't know if he matches up necessarily great against Jokic, but. Again, at this price, I think it is still a viable play. Jarrett Allen and DeAndre Jordan. So this is one of the better matchups here against Atlanta. Allen has had 33 and 28 minutes in back-to-back games, which is good to see. But just know, like, those minutes are never secure for him. Like, if he's not playing well, if DeAndre Jordan starts playing well, they will give those minutes to DeAndre Jordan. But, this price at 5.5, I think he does make him viable. And again, this is one of the better matchups too. So I do have some interest in Jarrett Allen. The concern is, again, the minutes with him. We have Paul Millsap once again questionable. Jeremy Grant's been starting for him. The price at 5.3K, though, I just don't think I can play that. Let's see. Other options, again, Gasol, Siakam, I don't think they're going to be able to go for this one. DeAndre Jordan, kind of the same thing where with Jarrett Allen, right? The minutes are a little bit up and down, but he kind of get extended to like 25, 26 if he's playing well. I think I would prefer just playing Jarrett Allen, though, who minutes have been more secure than DeAndre Jordan's recently. Aaron Baines at 4.6. Again, we do want to target bigs against Charlotte, but his minutes have slowly been trekking down, which is not good to see. So I would much rather pay the extra, $3,000 there for for DeAndre Ayton. Biyombo at 4.3. I wouldn't be super concerned about only playing 17 minutes the last game against Utah. The game blew out. We know Phoenix does run big, right, with Ayton, with Baines. So I actually think this is a game where Biyombo should get extended a bit, probably closer to 30 minutes. And if that's the case, at this price, I think he does stand out as a pretty good value play. You could always look to, where is he, Cody Zeller. His minutes, though, aren't as secure, right? He gets like 15 to 20. He's a better point per minute guy, but again, those minutes aren't as high as Biyombo's been getting. Now, Spellman did get inserted to the starting lineup. He's been playing pretty decent of late. He played 28 minutes at 34 fantasy points. We will see what Golden State does with the starting lineup. We have D'Angelo Russell coming back for this one, so that's just another body into the rotation. I think if Spellman starts, he would be still a decent value play, but again, the concern is now Golden State has like everyone healthy. They have a lot of bodies they can use. Let's see. Other options. If Paul Millsap's out once again, you could always look to Mason Plumlee, who did play 26 minutes that last game against Cleveland with no Millsap. So I think he probably gets around 20 or so again if Millsap's out. So I'm okay with him as a value play. You could always look to Chris Boucher. His minutes are a little bit up and down, but if he gets closer to 20, he is a guy that can get you, 25, 30 fantasy points at a time. He's a pretty good point per minute guy at a price under 4K. I'm okay with that as well. Other options, I think that's really it, though. Yeah, so let's move on to power forward. And power forward, we have Kawhi at the top. I think stands out as a really good play. Normally, I'm not super excited about targeting players against Denver, but this price tag for Kawhi with no Paul George, I think it does really stand out here. The good thing, too, is just the minutes, right? I wouldn't be super concerned about the 25 there against Detroit. That game blew out. In close games, 38, 35, 38 minutes, which is really good to see. This one should obviously stay close. So if we're going to get Kawhi playing upper 30s minutes, even in a tough spot, I think he does really stand out here. So, yeah, Kawhi, one of my favorite spin-ups there at 9K. Let's see, Oubre at 6.7. The good thing with these Charlotte guys, or not the Charlotte guys, the Phoenix guys, is their minutes are really secure here. Like Oubre, 40, 38, 37, 34. We know he's going to play about 35 or so minutes, maybe a little bit more. This match against Charlotte, Charlotte does play at a slower pace, but they're not very good defensively. So at 6.7K, Oubre's one there. I'm perfectly fine if you land on him as well. Bridges has been playing well recently, but I don't know if I want to chase that. His price is coming up. The secondary Brooklyn pieces I would have interest in, but again, we have Kyrie coming back. That's going to shift Dinwiddie back to the bench, he's going to take all the usage in the second unit. We have Karis LeVert healthy as well, so everyone is starting to get healthy here for Brooklyn. It kind of just takes these plays away. Even in a really good spot, I just don't think I could trust anyone there as far as those secondary pieces. Let's see, we have DeAndre Hunter listed as questionable. I don't really like targeting these Atlanta wings, but if he gets rolled out, we could look to a guy like Cam Reddish who had a good game, but still, I think he's one of the worst players in the NBA. We have still no Jabari Parker as well. Kurucs did have a decent game the last time out, played 23 minutes, but with Brooklyn, again, starting to get more healthy, I just think that kind of limits these minutes for the secondary pieces. Sarge, again, so he did get, he has got an 18 and 21 minutes in back-to-back games, which is somewhat good to see. He started that game against Orlando. At the flat minimum price, I guess I don't hate going there if he does pick up a start again, because I think that kind of secures him at least 15 to 20 minutes. And at mid-price, he can always get you 15 to 20 fantasy points in that time. So if you're going more Sarge and Scrubs, you need a really, really cheap guy. I guess I don't hate the idea of taking a shot there in Sarge. But all right, let's move on to small forward. Again, no Paul George. That's why that's a big boost to Kawhi, big boost to Montrez and Lou Williams as well. DeMar DeRozan, so now his price is coming up to a point where I think it's priced about right. He had that big game against Memphis. I talked about liking that game as a sneaky game stack the other day. It turned out to be a gold mine. 38 minutes at 62 fantasy points. This is a tougher spot there against Toronto, but revenge game spot. Now, again, I say that with a grain of salt because revenge games, guys have not been doing great this year in revenge spots. So yeah, I think he's priced about right. It's a tougher spot. If you're a guy that loves the revenge game narrative, you can go to DeMar DeRozan. I think he's okay, but doesn't really stand out as a great play at that price. Will Barton at 7.2. I think he's priced accordingly, but there is a little bit of upside still at this price. The thing with him is the minutes, right? We know he's going to play 35 plus in a close game. So even in a tougher spot against the Clippers, I think Will Barton is still viable there at that price. Norman Powell coming back, his first game back, said he's going to be good to go. I don't know what to do here. I think I'm just going to fade. I assume he'll probably be on some sort of minutes limit, and with him being back, that takes those other secondary Raptors pieces out of play. Let's see. Dylan Brooks at 5.8. I'm not a big Dylan Brooks guy, but he's been getting consistent run, right? 30, 31, 31 minutes in 3 straight games. He's been shooting the ball a good amount, too, 15, 20, and 20 times. I don't think we can expect 44 fancy points. But, again, this is a better spot. So, again, another one of those I'm okay with, but I don't think he really stands out. LeVert at 5.5. So it just makes it tricky, right? We have Kyrie back. That's going to shift Dinwiddie back to the bench. We have LeVert here. Like, everyone is healthy. He's still, like, coming back from injury. He's only played 20 or 16, 22, and 24 minutes. I think those minutes will still go up. So if we get news if he's going to be, like, play 30 minutes or something like that, then I would have a lot more interest. So, yeah, I'm fine with LeVert here at that price. Draymond Green at 5.1K, I think that does make him a pretty solid play at this price. He's played 34 and 31 minutes in back-to-back games. Now, D'Angelo Russell coming back, maybe Draymond plays a few less minutes. Either way, I think he probably gets around 30. Again, this match against Memphis is a good one, so I think Draymond does stand out as a pretty solid play there at 5.1K. Also, don't mind landing on Damian Lee. I don't think his minutes will be super affected by D'Angelo Russell. I think he probably still gets around 30 or so minutes, so I'm also fine with him as well at that price. Let's see, other option, yeah, so a guy like Cam Reddish, right, he had a good game the last time out. If DeAndre Hunter misses, you could look to him. Also, if Trae Young misses out, obviously be a boost, so you could look there. He just looks terrible on the basketball court. And that is really it. So let's move on to shooting guard. So shooting guard Devin Booker at this price, I think, really stands out. It's just, again, he's playing almost 40 minutes a game. He's shooting the ball a ton. He's getting the peripheral stats. The match against Charlotte, and Charlotte plays at a slow pace, but they're very bad defensively. So I think Devin Booker, one of the better spend-ups of the day, in my opinion, there at 8.4K. Dinwiddie, yeah, so it's a great spot. I would really want to play him, but we have Kyrie coming back. And with Kyrie back in that lineup, it's going to shift Dinwiddie back to the bench. His minutes are going to go way down. I don't think I can do it, even in a really good spot, unless they're going to like limit Kyrie to like 15 minutes or something crazy like that. Then you could consider Dinwiddie, but I think Kyrie probably plays, 25 or so, and that just kind of takes Dinwiddie out of play. Rozier, the good thing with him is the minutes, right? I wouldn't be super concerned about him only playing 31 the last game against Utah. That game blew out. Him and Devontae Graham got limited. The good thing is, this match against Phoenix plays at a faster pace. And again, in a close one, I think Rozier probably gets closer to 40 minutes, which is really good to see. He's been playing great basketball play. So I do have a good amount of interest here in Rozier at that price. D'Angelo Russell, this is kind of the question mark. He is probable for this game. We haven't heard of anything of a minutes limit. If he's gonna play, over 30 minutes, I would like him a lot at this price. Like, he'd be like my favorite play. But I don't know if we're gonna get that news in time, so it makes it a little bit riskier. I might still take the shot here because at 7K in this match against Memphis, it really stands out. Again, there is a chance I could limit him to like 25 or so minutes, but yeah, if he's going to play his normal minutes, like 30 to 35, then he stands out as one of the best, if not the best play of the day there at 7K. Also, don't mind Lou Williams. Again, he gets a big boost there with no Paul George. This is a tougher spot here against Denver, but 35 and 31 minutes in back-to-back games is really good to see for Lou Williams. So I think he does stand out as well, a really solid option there at that price. I also kind of like Jamal Murray, 6.4K. He's very up and down, but at this price, like, that just seems too cheap for Jamal Murray. Like, even if he has his floor game of like 25 or so fancy points, that's not going to kill you. But we know the upside is massive here on Jamal Murray, right? 40, 50 fancy point upside when he has a good game. So I think he also stands out as a really good option. There's a lot of solid mid-tier guard plays. I'll kind of go over them at the end, but yeah, I like him a good amount as well. I think Kevin Huerter, if Trae Young is out, he would have to do a lot more offensively. He's been pretty solid recently as well, so he would be someone I would look to if Trae Young gets ruled out. Davis. So the secondary Toronto pieces with Powell coming back, I don't think I can go there. Alec Burks has been like the one guy I've been targeting in Golden State, but with D'Angelo Russell coming back, I think that's going to limit his minutes. I still think he probably gets mid-20s minutes, and at 5.4, I still think he's okay too. Like, he's in the range of Draymond and Damian Lee. You can still play. What's the other? Again, McCall. Like, those guys just become out of play with Norman Powell coming back. Pat Beverly, I think, stands out as a decent option as well. 30 and 35 minutes in back-to-back games. Again, with no Paul George, just a lot of usage to go around this offense. So the big three there with Kawhi, with Lou, and Montrez obviously get a big boost, but also Pat Beverly. His upside goes up at 4.8K for a guy that probably plays low to mid-30s minutes. I think he also stands out as a really good play at that price. Yeah, like Harris, Robinson, don't think we have to go there. Don't think we have to go Forbes. I think that's really it. So let's talk about point guard here. Point guard Trae Young, this is the big question mark right now. The concern here is he only played 31 minutes that game against Washington. That was super tilting for me, and I assume a lot of you guys too is high owned. He had been playing almost 40 minutes a night, and then out of nowhere, no foul trouble, just only plays 31 minutes. So that is a little bit concerning, right? Like if Trae Young's only going to play 31 minutes, that is not a good sign. But I think that might be more of an outlier game. He just wasn't having his best game. If he is good to go, I do think he's a good contrarian option. I think because he burned a lot of people, his ownership will go down. But we know the upside is still massive on Trae Young. This game, Brooklyn plays at a faster pace, right? We've seen he put up 80 there against Houston, 62 against the Pacers. So obviously the upside is still there at Trae Young. Kyrie, another one where this is a big question mark here. He's going to return. We haven't heard of anything of a minutes limit. He's been out for a long time, since like mid-November. So I assume he's going to be on a minutes limit. If he's not, then I think he's playable. If he is, I don't think we can go there. Again, a really, really good spot here, but we'll see hopefully we'll get news there of if he's going to be on a minutes limit or not. Kyle Lowry, 8.2K. I don't think Norman Powell coming back really affects him. He's going to play the big minutes no matter what. He's still going to play about 40 or so minutes. I think he's a safe option. I don't think he's going to kill you. So I'm fine with Kyle Lowry there. Also, again, still no Fred VanVleet, so that's a boost to Lowry, boost to Ibaka, right? Those guys definitely get a usage boost. John Morant at 7.4K. I'm okay with his prices coming up, but he's also been playing really well. 31 and 34 minutes in back-to-back games, 40 and 56 fantasy points. This game against Golden State, a pretty solid matchup, right? We got an over-under of 227, so I think John Morant is very viable as well. Let's see. I also, again, there's a lot of mid-tier guards I like in this slate. Devontae Graham, that game against Utah, blew out. He only played 25 minutes. I would not be concerned about that. His price came way down to 6.9K. This match against Phoenix, a good one. Phoenix plays at a fast pace. So Graham, Rozier, both those guys are very viable here. We know they're going to play mid-30s or 40, closer to 40 in a close game. So I do like both those guys a good amount. I also kind of like Ricky Rubio at 6.8. Again, the good thing with these Phoenix starters is the minutes, right? 33, 37, 35, 35 minutes. He's a guy that gets those peripheral stats, and when he has a good shooting night, the upside is high in Rubio. He can get 50 fantasy points on a good night. So, yeah, I do have interest in Rubio as well. There's just a lot of guys. Again, I'll go over a lot of those mid-tier guards again, but a lot of them really stand out to me. Let's see, other options. As far as the cheaper guards, not a whole lot stands out. Now, a guy like Brandon Goodwin, I think, would stand out as a good value play if Trae Young can't go. He played 23 minutes alongside Trae Young, had 16 fantasy points. If Trae Young gets ruled out, I think there's a chance he could start a point. If that's the case, he would become probably the best value play of the day. So that's obviously something to keep an eye on. But that is really it. So, again, let me go over those guards again. I think a lot of those guys priced in the mid-tier range really stand out. So, as far as the guys in the mid-tier that I like, I think Devin Booker stands out a good amount of his price. I'm fine with Kyle Lowry as a cash game option. I think John Morant's okay. I think Will Barton, you can play him at 4, but I think he's been playing the big minutes. I like Terry Rozier. I really like D'Angelo Russell if he's not going to be limited. Hopefully we get news of that soon. If he's not, I think he stands out as one of the best plays here at this price. I also like Devontae Graham. I like Ricky Rubio. I like Lou Williams, whose minutes have been going up with no Paul George. He should play like low to mid-30s minutes at that price, even in a tough spot. Jamal Murray, right, 6.4K. That is just way too cheap. Kevin Huerter, if Trae Young is out, we could look there. So there's just a lot of guys, and then you get to those range like those Golden State guys. Like I'm fine if Atlanta Burks or Draymond Green or Damian Lee as well. Also, Pat Beverly as a cheaper option. There's a lot of guys priced in this low 8s to mid 6K range guards wise that I have a lot of interest in. So hopefully this video helped you guys. But I think that is going to do it So if you have been enjoying the content, would really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe. Again, if you want to get entered the giveaway, all you do is a like and a comment in the video if you want to enter the giveaway. I will be live streaming for this short 5-game slate, probably 30 to 40 minutes before lock on my YouTube channel. I will go over all the news that we get throughout the day. I will give you guys kind of my core plays like I have been recently. Again, my core plays last night were NAW, Jackson Hayes, Kyle Kuzma, and Rondo. Really, really solid cores, so hopefully you guys won some money. Again, someone took down a GPP. One of my viewers took down $1,000. Yeah, like I said, that's going to do it. So thanks again for everyone to come and check the video, guys, and I will see you guys all in the live stream later.